Hmm. Good boys. Good morning. Good morning. What's good? Yo, why does my Top Step charge me tax, bro? My shit's not 89 bucks. My shit's $101. Because I'm from Canada, bro. Crazy discrimination. You trained today? Yeah. PPI day? I don't care about PPI. I love trading PPI. Yours is 107, even worse? Bro, that shit wasn't there before, though, bro. They just be adding that shit. They added it. I know they did. Game plan? Um, make 20. I have to make $17 across my accounts. You think 5 week could be in? Possible. I think possible. Um, the game plan is to target sell side or buy side. I'm happy with either. I think it's going to be more of a range day. London. That's the game plan. Simple game plan. I don't think we're going to get a one directional run, and I think we're going to get we also have to check out dollar index. I have a higher time frame target here, but I'm not sure that's going to hit. Top step posted me. Where? How do I mark session highs on the load indicator? You just go to the time. Well, don't focus on marking out session highs and lows. Focus on marking out the liquidity and then just see what time it falls under. Yeah, dollar is falling. So I kind of want to see the buy side get taken. Although dollar did take out sell side, dollar is inside that daily bullish fair value gap. So things are a little bit complicated, I would say. Call it this 4 hour. We narrow that down even more to an hourly. Like if we respect this on dollar, we could see prices higher towards buy side. This is ES and Q is on the right side. Um, the top step video. Yeah, I kind of rage baited everyone about top step. That's my apologies. I got the rule wrong. It's really not that bad at all. Luck, appreciate you guys. I think Top Step posted me. You guys capping, bro. Um, you ain't profitable, G. Okay. Sell day today, event horizon, strong confluence. Possible. Yeah, I don't know why they put the rule in there, but it's not that big of a deal. Accidentally over leverage and I'm in a profit. Should I close? Bro, if you take a trade that you're not, yes, close immediately. Bearish today? Honestly, I'm leaning towards higher prices, but I kind of have to see what dollar does. We're going to probably have to wait the first 30 minutes and then go from there. Yeah, we should be doing that without a rule, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, I don't even know why they're adding that rule. You know? Like they've had the same rules for so long. Now they're just adding a rule just to make it. It doesn't make much of a difference, but just to make it a little bit more annoying. You know, like if you have a bad losing day, now you have to make a lot more money, and your previous wins don't matter as much. That's all it does. If you had a bad losing day, bro, this is PPI. That's pathetic, bro. That's the most pathetic PPI candle I've ever seen. He's been trading longer than 5 years. I've been trading for 2 years, bro. With the rule, you can't just build it. Yeah, you can't really just build a big buffer. Then you have to make so much more money for your next payout. Hey man, do you formulate your bias or your minus? How do you formulate your bias? Weekly power of three, daily order flow. If daily bias is not clear, intraday bias, intraday order flow, and daily power of three. Same concepts every day. What prop firms you trade on? All of them, bro. Whichever one I feel like at the time. Right now, the only one that I'll always have accounts with is Alpha Futures. That's what I'm working on right now. And Take Profit Trader. I'm working on those ones. Although I can't trade them because I just need winning days. I need winning days. I mean there will still be an option to buy a normal account. Yeah, and they lowered the price for it too. But for me the price not lowered, bro. For me the price went up. Because now I have to pay taxes on all of them. Like what? Why did they add that shit? Which type of account? Zero? I don't use the zero, I use the standard. Um yeah. I have gotten payouts with the zero, but it's just not like it's more of like a beginner get your first couple payouts and then you want to switch out of the zero, right? Eventually. That's kind of the how you want to go about it, I feel like. Proper. All of them. Right now I'm using Alpha Futures. Okay, Alpha does not follow. Nah, they won't follow top step. Is it crazy benefits of the standard? Well, the max payout's 15,000, and the payouts are pretty easy. Okay, the game plan and bias. I personally want to see higher prices. Because dollar is currently weak. Okay, dollar is currently weak, and that makes me want to see higher prices. This is our new week opening. Sorry, it's an old new day opening gap. Where's our new week? New week is I don't know. It's somewhere here, but the idea is we've now left it pretty aggressively. Now we could reverse here on dollar from the daily fair value gap, but I don't think we have a good enough move to see a full reversal. Also, Nasdaq never took out previous day's high, so this could be a consolidation six sister setup. Um, but honestly, I'm more neutral than anything. Like I really don't have a clear, obvious game plan. I know I want to take longs to target the buy side here, but we very much well could just go to sell side. I have both annotated, and we're just gonna wait for a really clear, obvious setup. Like let's say for example, 930 just dumps, takes out sell side, and then we get a nice strong break. That kind of just gives me more information about it moving higher. You know, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Ours, I don't know anything about that stock, and I probably would not be a participant in it. Don't you think we are on a deep premium on Nasdaq right now? I don't think we're in a premium. We're in a discount, if anything, deep below the opening prices. What is the 2% top step rule about 2% price limits? It's it's so rare. Like you're probably not gonna see that rule again for a long time. It's for all prop firms. It's not just Top Step. When you're within 2% of the CME price limits, you cannot trade. So in other words, if we're down 5% on the Nasdaq or the S&P from previous day, if we're down or up 5%, you're not allowed to execute a trade on a prop firm. If we go down to 4.9%, you can trade. But if we're at 5% differential from yesterday's trading, yeah, that rule's unfunded. It's like so rare. Like it's not gonna happen. And if it ever does happen, they're probably gonna make a post because no one knows what the hell that rule is. It just like really, literally, rarely happens. Yeah, London sweep with nice displacement at the right time. I would buy that. Why don't you trade gold? Too many assets. I don't need to add another one because the more assets I look at to trade intraday, the less I'm in sync with the markets. You know. But if I'm always constantly following up on dollar, S&P, Nasdaq, then well, I'm always going to be in sync. My bias is always going to be clean, consistent. I know what I'm looking for. If something doesn't get hit the day before, maybe I can expect it to get hit the day after. I'm always in sync. I don't need more opportunity. Now if I was a intraday trader looking for like the daily range, okay, then you might want to explore trading gold. But your opportunities are more, but I don't need more opportunities. There's plenty of opportunities in one day. Um, yeah, I have the Nasdaq open. I'm probably gonna execute ES, but we'll see whichever one looks cleaner, and we'll execute that one. There's PPI news. I'm pretty sure that was already posted. No, yeah, that was at 8:30. That was an hour ago. There is some 10 a.m. news. Closing price. We opened right there. There's your opening range gap. Looks like we're gonna completely fill that in immediately, just based on the speed, but we'll see. Price, closing price. So it looks like NQ might go straight to the sell side. You have RTH sell side right here. So right here, sell side. You have RTH sell side right there. I'm gonna label that. I'll do it with a faint blue line. Electronic trading hours, toggle back. So sell side is blue line. I like that we're going down, taking sell side first. NQ takes out London lows there. I wonder if we just reverse now and go higher the rest of the session. It's possible. We have a huge opening range gap higher, so we have good reason to go higher. The buy side, the equal highs, and the opening range gap. But I gotta find a good setup, obviously. Look at YM. YM just pumping. So yeah, again, I don't like this overlap. It usually means sloppiness. So we're just gonna have to wait. I'm feeling the buy side is open as a target today. My higher time frame target is here, but we'll see. I'm not necessarily saying I'm bullish, but I think we can potentially get a price run higher. I do need more information. We have an SMT here and an SMT here. YM is really bullish, and dollar is moving lower. The Nasdaq's weak, so we're kind of decoupled. And I'm not liking the way these candles are forming. A lot of overlaps already. I mean, these two candles overlap each other. Now we have one large candle expansion. But notice NQ lagging, so I'm just going to stay patient. I use trade copy. I took copy trade. Well, it depends what I'm trying to copy trade. If it's just my alpha accounts, I'll just use alpha ticks. But if I have like funded next, take profit, apex, we got to sync them up with trade copy. We're just going to let it do its thing here because what I want to see if does Nasdaq want to also break above this high at 24879. It doesn't look like it wants to right now. So we just got to wait, get more information. We filled up the opening range gap on ES completely. So if we were bearish, we don't really have to go any higher. We just filled up that imbalance. Although look at YM. YM is going. YM is really going. Already hit my daily objective. ES is going. Nasdaq's behind. We just gotta wait. Even if they were all looking good, there's nothing really clean. Let's check out Alpha's dashboard, see if they have any news. So Tuesday, there's no news for us to worry about anymore. Looks like we're gonna take out the buy side. The NQ's ass right now. So my left chart, if you guys cannot see, my left chart is S&P 500. My right chart is Nasdaq. I'm doing this because I'm probably gonna execute S&P, but maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Anyways, 4 minutes. Not the cleanest, but again, we have a whole session ahead of us, so it's no big deal. Watch this do its thing. Why'd you move from trading NQ to ES? Just better risk purposes. The candles have been pretty large recently. And I don't want to have a 50-point stop on Nasdaq. Is there any reason Nasdaq's so weak? It looks weak, but it's just consolidating. I wouldn't say it's weak. I would just say YM is really strong. I mean, it's lagging. The risk is just better on ES. Simple as that. I can trade multiple contracts, therefore I can pyramid, add, partial, re-enter, etc., etc. What should I do if my trading view is delayed? You can't trade with delayed data. I'm gonna be honest. You gotta get real data. So either connect your prop firm to TradingView or buy real data. I just open my mouth with that. Yeah, bro, that's just it's morning. I can't even like squeeze my hands that tight, you know? You feel me? Is ICT really profitable? I don't know. Probably. 30 years of experience. Imagine you were trading for 30 years. How the hell could you not be profitable? And even if you weren't profitable, how the hell could you continue trading? Imagine you're in like year 20 and you're like, damn, bro, still can't make money. Let me do another 10 years. Nah, at that point, you probably give up, find something else. But I don't know. I don't really care either. 30 years is a long fucking time, bro. 30 years? That's crazy work. Surely you've made some money, right? 10 years, yeah. I mean, if you went 10 years strong and you're still not really making money, the Alpha had Black Friday sales last year. Yeah, they had a lot of sales. He's got a nice house, not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure mentorships paid for that house, if I'm being honest. ICT is definitely profitable if you watch his content long enough and trade long enough. Yeah. By year 20, still not profitable. It's too egotistical. Yeah, it's just way too egotistical. This is S&P 500 on the left side. The right side is NASDAQ. So ES and NQ. Could we see price retracing to the data wick? Sure, and we're doing that right now. This wick, 50%. So what I want to see here is if NASDAQ can resoup this low while ES retraces, and then we get an expansion leg higher. I'll trade that as a protraction targeting the buy side. Then we'll have an S&T at the lows. Dollar's still weak. So that's the game plan. Is there a 5-minute gap? It's forming. 4-minute. It's forming. 3-minute. It's there. 2-minute. It's there. That's all I want to see. That's a really good plan. We can only see S&P 500. If you want to see both, you have to come to YouTube or make your phone go sideways. What's your bias? No bias. Listen, the next couple of days, I'm not going to have a clear daily bias. I am going to have intraday objective that I think can be met. The reason I don't have any daily bias is because I'm neutral. I'm neutral. Like, I don't have any clear. Right now, I think buy side and potentially this level right here. That's it, you know? That's currently what I think is likely to happen. You show live trades? Yeah, if I take a trade, I'll enter in front of you guys. Most of the time, at least. So I need to see a nice retracement somewhere in here. If we can get a retracement to here, well, and NASDAQ takes out the low. Because I'm not trusting this low on NASDAQ. Not when it's not really expanding higher. I don't trust that low. So if NASDAQ can take that low, ES retraces, doesn't take the low, and we get a protraction model, I'll execute that. It'll be around macro time at 2. So we can maybe see a run to the buy side. Just call up new top step account. Nice, bro. Double top. I don't believe in that stuff. This is buy side, and I think we're gravitating towards YM is so bullish. How do I calculate my risk? 1 point is $5 per contract. So 10-point stop loss, that's $50 risk. Last winning day for my payout. Any tips? If I had a personal someone that I was guiding and there was their first payout, I would tell them you take 1 trade today or 0. And if you lose, you walk away. And if you win, well, obviously if you win, you don't trade. But I would tell them just 1 trade. What's your current belief on direction? I don't have anything higher time frame right now. I think the buy side is in play, and I think this daily premium wick is in play. But there's really no way anyone can have a strong bias. The reason I had that bias is because dollar's bearish. That's it. That's really all I had to say. Dollar's bearish. But okay, Nasdaq takes out the low. You see that? So now we have the S&T. So now, if I get a setup, I think there's a 5-minute gap. Yeah, so 5-minute gap. If I get, I don't know, an inversion higher, inverse the volume imbalance, just 30-second inversion, just maybe I can enter long. Not the best trade. We'll see how this goes. We'll just keep the tape open for now. I know one thing for sure is I really don't need 50%. I'm gonna remove true day open because it's just overlapping. Don't need it. Just overlaps with 75%. So we'll just use 830. We're below 830. I want to see if ES wants to take sell side. How do you like shorts at 852 pre-market on the IFEG? Yeah, retracement to fair value gap, short targeting the sell side. It's not bad. It's not a bad short. 850 macro as well. I blew my account 1 day before payout. It happened. You can trade NQ or ES. Probably ES, but we'll see. Today I only really have one goal. I want to make $17 on Alpha. And I have my live account open. And I also have an eval open. That's my game plan. That's really all I want. You replied so fast and moved on? Yeah, bro, you gotta move on too. What, you thought you weren't gonna ever blow an account? Thought you were gonna be the one guy who just gets payout? Nah, bro. You ain't that guy. Alpha or top step? Alpha for sure. I'm not even gonna say don't use top step. I never tell people don't use a prop firm. What I tell people is use alpha futures first. Just take the money. I'm telling you guys, I think you guys can make easy money from them. That's it. That's all I'm trying to convince you guys of. I've seen it. I know many people who are struggling to get a payout. They switched to alpha futures. They got a couple payouts, and then they went back to their original firm that they liked more because the rules are a little bit better if they think that. On alpha, the easiest one is standard, but zero is like pretty much the same, just as easy, and it's cheaper. So new traders, in my opinion, use alpha, then go to top step because you don't need to build a buffer. You don't need to get large amounts of money. You guys want to see like you're banned on alpha? What the hell? Don't even pass an eval until I switch to alpha. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The evals are pretty much the same as top step. Unless you use a zero, then you can pass in 1 day. I guess it's a little bit better. Um, you can see the speed in here, really heavy. I guess dollar's kind of going higher, but not really. Whoops, what just happened? What the hell? What the hell is TradingView saying, bro? So sell side is going to be taken here, obviously. Not really anything worth engaging. We didn't even take out buy side. YM's also moving lower, which is cool. So just going to taper the sell side here. When is Project X going to be removed? It's going to be in February, but I'm pretty sure they're going to make a new one, bro. My Nvidia's cooked. I just bought more today. Are we at 170 yet? 171? Nice. Um, is it relevant? No, it's not irrelevant. It depends on your bias. What's good, Ryan? What's your bias? Again, I said I'm neutral these next coming days. I'm going to be focusing on intraday objectives. Here, I was watching if we can get a setup towards the buy side. Obviously, that didn't happen. Right now, I would watch, see if we can get a setup to the sell side. So I don't think it's going to happen either. So we just have to wait and watch NQ move with DXY. It should be inverse correlation, meaning if dollar is going lower, I want to see Nasdaq and ES move higher, which is not happening right now. So what's intraday like for example, this high right here, these lows right here, you know, the opening range gap, the new week opening gap, which by the way, why is that not labeled? Oh, it's all the way down here. I was gonna say, um, that's what I'm saying. I feel you on that, Ryan. I feel you on that. You bullish or bearish? Neutral. I'll tell you one thing though, I probably would not want to short this. Me personally, like that would be my target if I was bearish. So you could target the current new week opening gap. That's really far away. You can target this 15-minute fair value gap below the sell side. Call it the hourly. I'm gonna mark the 15 inside of it. Let me just see how this wants to deliver. Right, we're trading below the sell side now and inside that hourly 50-minute slash 50-minute fair value gap. Heavy move into discount. YM's moving lower as well. Dollar's still moving lower though. You don't like US 30 buy? No, I don't trade US 30. And out of all of them, it does look the most bullish, but again, there's nothing to trade here for me. We're probably gonna have to wait till 10 a.m. I like this potential CISD if we get it like quickly. Meaning if we just like if the next candle inverses plus closes above, I could take that long. And I probably would. But right now we just wait. Asian range standard deviation. It's a great tool. I don't really use them anymore, but it's a great tool. My standard deviation settings. I'm gonna assume you mean these ones. My settings are pretty simple. It's just all the standard deviation levels 0.5. I mean, you can keep this going 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the 0.5s in between. I just use gray. All of them gray. Yeah, Danny, yeah, you guys are hilarious, bro. How long has it been, bro? How long has it been? My beard has grown in. And we're still saying it, huh? Surely there's got to be a time limit to this. Something. Exactly the same structure March 3rd at 15:31. Damn, bro. Damn, TikTok's got really fucking with the 6-7 joke today. All right, I'll give you guys one more month of 6-7, bro. But once we hit 2026, that's it. That's it. Once we hit 2026, it's wraps. No more. It will reach below that RTH from yesterday, which will hit. Yeah, I mean, new week opening gap is here. It looks like we may return into that. Free fall of the century. This shit is so bearish. Why wait till then? Because I don't think I can convince anyone. You mean 2020? Motherfuckers be talking about 6-7 and they haven't even paid rent. That's what I'm saying, bro. Okay, you got anything planned for Thanksgiving? Probably going to my girl's house for dinner. Q and ES, you add on watch list. ESZ 2025 and NQZ 2025. We're trading below uh the hourly fair value gap now, like immediately. So I'm just gonna assume that that's not being held at all. Um, and this might go straight down to new. Why not short? You tell me where you would short. I mean, there's no model here. This is just a free fall. What is this shit SPA since the government opened? Straight in one direction every day? I can agree with you on that one. That this particularly has no setup. Forming a void. Um, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I don't want to comment. I can agree that once we break below this low, it's a good short. But if you think I'm gonna short this with a stop here, and then what? Even if I target that, it's not good enough. What is this price action? Don't ask me, bro. Looks like NQ is holding the hourly. What? Where do you see that? It doesn't look like we're holding anything. We literally just went down. You guys will see like 12 1-minute candles, one green candle, and be like, yo, it's respecting discount. What? What? Hmm. I would want to see us get above this box. Because then this is just one wick, which is a pretty large wick, but okay, this is good speed. It's really far down though. I don't like how far down we went. 15-minute imbalance. Yeah, we have that. Really don't like how far down we went. I suppose if we stay above this, sorry, this. Yeah, that's some strong displacement we're getting in there. I need to see a CISD though. We'll just watch this because this still could just be a retracement in my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. The CISD would be all the way up here. So if we get CISD, pullback, protraction, I'll take it. Otherwise, there's nothing here for me. 950 macro, key time. So we'll just remove this one and keep this one open. That's the hourly fair value gap. I guess there's an SMT here if you want to be. Can remove that. I don't need that. Really, we don't need. Actually, sell side. If we get into this fair value gap and then expand higher, I'll take that long off the order block, and we'll extend that price range. YM. YM just took out sell side inside new week opening gap. Looks a lot better. Dollar is dollar kind of expanded higher right there, but it's still moving lower. Dollar is way below that. Oh, that's not the day. Okay, well we're still expanding again. I need to see a protraction model, so probably wait till 10 a.m. This could still make a lower low in my opinion. Like I'm not fully convinced that it's bullish. But if we saw a protraction model long, you hear me go lower, I think it's still kind of 50-50. I'm gonna be honest. I'm bullish. I want to see higher prices. Yes, buy side. But I don't know if I'm not 100% really. I'm not like clearly bullish. That's what I want to see. I still need to be convinced. We did get the CISD though, so I think I'm officially convinced that it's gonna take the buy side. I need to see a model form though, because I can't just take. There's nothing in here for me personally. Time does the market open? In regular trading hours, it opens at 9:30. Pretty long. It looks pretty good so far. Now, if I were to buy this fair value gap, okay, just get away with a stop here. Not enough risk to reward. It's not even a good stop placement. The stop would have to be here. And that's 2R. And I want to just take it off at the buy side. If I gotta fill, like, need a better. I need a protraction model. That's what I need. We're above that sell side. Like, this fair value gap, like, could be boom, just deliver higher. Very possible. We have news. This orange folder though, I don't think it's gonna be too impactful. Oh, I didn't take any trades yet. My model hasn't formed either direct. I mean, technically the CIC formed here, but again, the stop loss placement doesn't make sense for that trade, so can't really take that personally. I need to see my protraction model. This low could be safe, and it could just go. It could just rip higher all the way to the buy side without taking this low. If so, I missed the move, and it just goes without me, and that's okay to me. It's totally okay to me. Looks like that's probably gonna happen. What's the bias? Right now, I think the buy side is gonna be likely taken, but we kind of have to see. NQ the better buy. I think ES is definitely stronger. W patience. Well, I know what I'm looking for. It's my model has not formed. Well, it has formed here, but again, the stop loss placement, it's not worth the risk for me to take that trade. 100 times, for example. The stop loss placement would have to be here. I could be aggressive and say this is a breakaway gap and do something like this. But if I got stopped out, I know damn well that I was sacrificing stop loss quality for risk to reward, and that's not something I like to do. So just gonna have to wait. Hopefully 10 a.m. can give us a retracement. If not, we wait more. Boom, 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 boom. The reason this fair value gap's so good is because the order block's right there, and this old sell side is right there. It just all aligns perfectly. Yeah, ES is left chart, right side is Nasdaq. I have both open. This is the 1 minute chart. These candles, all of these candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's one consecutive bullish order block. I think that dollar is moving lower. Why am higher? I think it's gonna chop soon, yeah, because I think once ES takes the buy side, it's hard to say what's gonna happen. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I looked at the 30-second and there was no CISD down there. So again, I really couldn't have taken it. Actually, NQ has a nice 30-second breaker. I kind of missed that. Could have entered right there on this candle. Yeah. Been spamming buy NQ for 10 minutes? Yeah, I don't care what you're spamming, bro. I don't even know who you are. I see the IFEGs, but that's not what I'm looking for to trust the reversal. I need to see a change in the state of delivery or a breaker, which we got one here on the 30-second. Yeah, it's aggressive. Cooked? Why is everyone saying cooked? That's a crazy 1 hour wick. Yeah, that's a great. The 1 hour. Look at the wick on ES. Look where we closed. That's actually crazy. Everyone probably thought this shit was. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Crazy markets. There were other bitches up there, so how can we take a trade? What do you mean? Also, I didn't take a trade, but I don't understand your question. If we got the breaker here, bro, that would have been golden. That would have been so nice. If we had it like this, like before that lower low, we had that. Oh, that would have been golden, bro. I mean, it's there on the 32nd. I can't lie. I don't even want to trade this now. You don't have to, bro. Okay, we're getting potentially a 10 a.m. power of 3 idea here. Is there a 5-minute fair value gap? Which is silver bullet buy. Yo, this guy dropped the bar. Price action like this is a test on patience to see if you're willing to wait on your statistically proven model or you just trade on the impulsiveness of the market. I like that. Candles are fast. These candles are fast. 5-minute completely closed up. Listen, if you're in a long right now, are you really convinced it's going to take the buy side? Because if I saw this, I would not be so convinced anymore. That's pretty strong. But 3-minute fair value gap traded into here. I'm going to mark it out with lines. Very faint lines. And if my model forms from here, so let's just call it a 3-minute suspension block. We're going to trade back into the hourly fair value. Yo, what's going on in this price action, bro? It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. Who's working today in the market maker office, bro? Because this guy is definitely new. He definitely doesn't know. He doesn't get the memo. You're supposed to run the buy side. It's crazy work right now. I'm happy to say I haven't taken a trade yet. At least I can say that. Um, Only a strong retracement. Yeah, maybe this green thing, maybe this move higher was a strong retracement. See, I don't know. Anyways, on a real note, I am bullish. So if we can get a strong inversion in here, even if we just closed above 50%, I would buy that on a silver bullet premise, where we retrace after 10 a.m. hour, 9:30 low set. But we're really deep in discount. This is about as low as I would want to see us go. If we get lower than here, I don't know. I don't know. Anything lower than that, and I don't think I can trust a long. First presentation FUG playing like Prime Shack. Yeah. No, Apex does not have daily loss limit on eval. Well, on a side note, TradeZella. Listen, if you guys don't have TradeZella and you don't backtest, TradeZella has 25% off, and they are never gonna run the sale ever again until probably next year Black Friday, because they literally never run sales because they're already cheap. But they are doing a Black Friday sale, so if you want 25% off and you've been debating about it, I don't even get a commission. So I'm just letting you guys know. The code is BF for Black Friday. This is such a good sell. I have the premium version, personally. Code Gaddy 20 gives you 20. Yeah, but not I'm talking about the Black Friday sale for 25% off. I don't have a code for that. It's just BF. But you can use my referral link if you want to support me. If we get a strong candle right now, boom, in versus this small gap on NQ, dollar respects this order block, and YM inverses as well, I'll buy that. Strong candle, like real strong. I'll buy that. Stop loss here, yeah. I am watching this candle print. I want to see it put in a breakaway gap. I'm watching this candle for more information. I like it. I don't like what I'm seeing yet. I want to see if that fair value gap forms. And if it does form, do we leave it open or do we trade into it? Get above that. All right, we're gonna buy that there. Something as simple as that, I think, could be nice. Hmm. There's 40% off Top Step. Is there really? Yeah. On Alpha Futures, I'm gonna close out $20 because I think that makes me eligible for a payout. I don't really need more. We'll see how much this can go. I'm thinking about an early break even in here, 6704. Now we'll leave it. But I will reduce my stop loss. What? What did I say? Why is everyone saying? Like the candles. Yeah. I mean, that's where we are in the price action. I want to get above this high and then move my stop to this fair value gap low right there, and just risk 1 point. Yeah, ES is the more bullish asset. I think that's very clear to me. Like, I kind of want to demand that it stays really strong and heavy, you know? And like, for example, if we do trade back into this, demand that it stays bullish. But honestly, I only have one contract risk, so I think for now we'll leave the stop loss here. My higher time frame target, and we just go from there. If we can get something like this, break above the high, move my stop, add a contract. I don't think there's a 40% top step code. I think that guy was lying, if I'm being honest. And if we don't get that pyramid, I'm just going to move the stop to the bottom of this fair value gap. Yeah, we're just going to do that now. So I'm just being ultra aggressive with my stop loss. Just demanding that it immediately expands above. Yeah, we go from there. We go from there. Demanding the speed. And if it does come back into here, I wouldn't want to see it completely fill in. I would run a standard deviation on this price leg. That's -1. So that would be a best case scenario for me. We'll set that up there. Trading back into that fair value gap. I want to see it super sensitive in here. And if it's going to fill in, well, I can always look for a re-entry. But if I hit, that's why my stop is at that black line. Oh, there's the bottom of the fair value gap. Like I said, that's where I would want to see sensitivity to the max. And if it doesn't offer it, then okay. So we get break even there. I think that was pretty good management. I can always enter again if we get an order block. So if we close above here, I'll simply enter the trade again, like this. And that's point. Fuck me, bro. Like this. So if we get that, I'll re-enter. And if it just keeps going down, well, then I saved myself, right? It would have to close above here. It would be unfortunate if we got just slightly wicked out, but again, we broke even, so it's not a big deal. So if we close above here, or if we trade to this high, I would just buy that with a stop loss here. Also has 40%. Is this true information? Yeah, that was a break even. I see there is an SMT down there, so I do think this can go higher still. I do think this can go higher because there's an SMT right here. So higher or consolidation. I don't know for sure. But I think one or the other. We'll see if we get the OB. That's a bearish fair value gap. Not really too sure how it's gonna. We'll see if we inverse that or not. Could get quite choppy in here as well. So yeah, this could be a protraction model in here, or yeah, just have to wait and see. I would trust this order block if it forms right now with the inversion fair value gap, especially. 100%, I would trust it. Got to get above that price point. G200 premium. Now my target's here. So from this range, I'm still entering in discount. As long as I enter somewhere in here. Doesn't look good though. I mean, I'm not a trade, but it doesn't look like it's going to form. In fact, this looks like a protraction short. This would be a bearish order block. We'll see. Yeah, the IPG plus OB would be a nice combo. With the SMT down there, equal highs here and equal highs there. It's a nice, very nice idea. Looks like I'll have to wait. Yeah, looks like we'll have to wait for 10:30 because I don't think it's happening there. And if it happened now, it's not as good. Like it really should have been this candle or this candle. Now, I don't know about that candle. We'll see. Is there a 15-minute gap? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we pretty much did nothing. Like we literally just did nothing. It's a whole bunch of nothing. A whole bunch of expansion just to end up right back to where we started. Tells me the code onward 50. I'm gonna try that right now. Try that shit. I'm gonna try that shit right now. I'll be the judge of that code. That old ass code. He's right. For real, for real? For real, for real? That shit don't work for me. That coupon don't work for me. Says failed to apply coupon. Is it for the standard account? That shit don't apply for me. I don't believe you guys. I put it exactly like that. It doesn't work for me. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't work for me. Yeah, okay, Martin. Okay, buddy. Um, I typed it in myself. I typed it in myself. I used it on the 50K for try refreshing. Is it working for anyone else? TikTok chat saying these guys know everything. It's working for you guys, huh? Quadratus lumborium in the gym? Bro, I know exactly what muscle that is. And it sucks when you heard that shit, bro. That shit expired months ago. It's one-time use. Oh, it's one-time use? Well, I've never used it, but I don't know, I guess. You type 50 or 40? 40. I typed 40. It's not. I used it today. Well, it's not working for me, guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. I put it in exactly like you guys said. ONWARD. I think we consolidate till at least 10:30, and I'm gonna wait for that. That's failed to apply coupon code. I use all capitals. Guys, I know how to type. I'm not slow. Maybe if it's your first ever account, yeah. All I know is it didn't work for me. Use Power 3 strategy by ICT. That's not. Yes, ICT is the one who taught it to me, but it's not really like his strategy. It's always been around. Taking buys or sells on gold. No. What's your code again? Gatie. GATIE. Hey, I know you see my trade question. Please answer me so I can go sleep. What do you think about me taking a long 956? 956. Oh, on Nasdaq, 956 is not bad. Just depends where you put your stop loss. If you can get a good stop loss with good target, then I think it's not a bad trade. I think Alpha's the best firm because they offer a rule that no other firm offers. Are you gonna long if we get a break? I'm gonna wait till 10:30 and then probably look for a long. We took one trade break even so far. How long you been trading? It's been about a year for me. 2 years for me. The code is valid for people who had fundage during the Project X issue. Ah, I see. Well, that wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me. So yeah, I want to see if you're in a trade right now. GG's. Where did you enter? I entered here. 10:06. I mean, I'll show the executions. And I was looking for a re-entry here, but we did not get it. So what happens if it reaches sell side liquidity? What happens if it reaches sell side? This one? Well, the idea was I wanted to see us take out sell side maybe trade into this white box, and then expand higher. So nothing happens if we trade into it. It just means it's like the first step of what I was looking for, you know? FTMO is 4x. I think it might be a first account, a first purchase. Someone knows which code to use with Apex. You can use my code. GATIE. Of course, market wants to consolidate when I enter a trade. I mean, it's also just a condition. I mean, it looks like we've been doing a lot, but we kind of haven't been. We've kind of just been going sideways. Dollar's going lower, though, so I'm kind of surprised that we're not really expanding here. Did NVIDIA ever recoup? Or what is this, bro? How did I get there? Is NVIDIA recouping? Oh, NVIDIA's below 170 almost. AMD's down 9%. How the hell isn't Google up 3%? Crazy. What if you trade futures on FTMO? You can do that? I don't know they did that. I can go back to Talsat. They'll probably ban me for blowing my funders on purpose so I don't go live. Yeah, they might ban you. It's possible. Why are you trading ES? The risk is a little bit better. The risk parameters. What do you think of ICT? Great guy. Do you get consistent payouts? Usually I get at least one a month. Is the relationship between DXY and NQ meant to be... It's meant to be opposite. But I'll be back once Project X shuts on other firms and move to Talsat. I think there's going to be a new Project X, bro. I'm going to be honest. I think they're going to make it. What's the code they talking about on Alpha? If you want 25% off Alpha futures, you can use my code. Gatie. You ever get denied? I've actually never been denied, no. If this invalidates that FEG, are you going short? No. I'm going to wait for a long. And if it keeps going lower, that's okay. I'll miss the move. Bias? I don't really have a bias per se, but I want to see a run higher towards the buy sides. Yeah, I know. You're talking about this one. I wouldn't short. I wouldn't short because I don't have an objective. If we get below this low, maybe you could target new week, but it's not. I still prefer, the long looks a lot cleaner to me than the short. So this could be a nice order block in here if it forms in one candle strongly. It's a little bit early, but I really like the way that it came to be, you know, because we manipulated the consolidation and expand above. Retesting the sell side, the body stopped right there inside that fair value gap below the inversion. Traded to +1 tick. If this candle just explodes, which it doesn't look like it's going to, so no point in me even finishing my sentence. Is Take Profit Trader good? I don't know. I just recently started with them actually. The eval stage kind of sucks, but if you can get past that, I think they're really good. Like, it's definitely one of the best firms. Only once you pass, which is kind of annoying to do, and 2, build a buffer, which is also kind of annoying to do. But if you can get past that, would you recommend Wise to everyone? Yeah, it's just simple. Why does Ram look way cleaner? Isn't it supposed to be less strong pair in the trio? That's not how it works, no. There isn't one singular one that's more strong or weak. It changes. Like, it depends. YM's just more strong right now. Probably because Google is carrying. I don't know. Looking into Alpha, but not sure if I should choose Trade Evade or Project X. Just choose Trade Evade. I would choose Trade Evade. Why is it annoying? You have to get 5 trading days to pass the eval and 50% consistency, which isn't the worst. So technically you can make 1500, and then just flip a micro, like close and enter. But it's kind of annoying. Like 5 days, you have to trade at least 5. I mean, you can minimum pass in 1 week. It's kind of annoying. One-time use per trade discount applies to the first month. Yeah, it's one-time use. You bullish? I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's call it bullish. Bullish would mean that I think it's gonna go higher. I don't necessarily think it's gonna go higher, but I'm gonna sit here and wait for it to show me that it's likely to go higher. You know, you guys thought it was a break even. When you pass the alpha, you need 5 profitable days or just 5 trading days. For alpha 0, you need 5 winning days. For alpha standard, you don't need a specific amount of winning days. You just need to hit the consistency. if it would take the last high. Do you have a breaker? This would be, yeah, like it would be this short-term breaker. You can view it like that for sure. I don't trust this personally though. Guy, what do you think of the blue funded futures? Blue funded futures? They're so far looking good for me. I mean, I'm sure they're good. I can't vouch on whether or not they pay out. But does ES and Q go together? Yes. What's the new deal with top step payouts? It's pretty much the same. I was wrong about the post I made. Blue Guardian? Blue Guardian's solid, yeah. Blue Guardian's solid. 500 for Alpha Zero, yes, 500 days of 200. I lose and win every day, but always end up red. Well, now you know exactly what to improve on. Your wins have to be better. You bought an account, your code, Alpha Futures. Gaddy, you're a great example of the kind of psychology you need to be profitable. Your streams taught me. Thanks. Much love, brother. Appreciate you. Do you recommend TradeZilla for beginners? I recommend TradeZilla to every single trader. Every single trader should have TradeZilla. If you buy evals, listen to me. If you buy evals and you don't have TradeZilla, I don't care what you say. You are not invested in your trading. You're not invested. You're chasing the bag and not the skill set. I genuinely think everyone needs TradeZilla. It's a journaling platform, a backtesting platform, and it gives you insights on your trading. Like if you journal with TradeZilla, it's gonna tell you stuff that you didn't even know existed. It's goated. It's goated. Yeah, it costs money. Yeah. No, it's not free. It's not free. It's like $40 a month. Or I don't know. They have 25% off now. Like what stuff? Let me show you. Let me show you guys. I was gonna make a post about it, but I'll just show you guys. So for example, like look at this TradeZilla insight. So I take a trade and it says, for example, this day, right? I made 162 bucks and it tells me this. It says, this is an over trading day. You placed 4 trades today. This is double your 60-day average. You still ended in profit, but at what cost? Also, it tells me I left money on the table. I could have made $300 more if I maximized my exits. So review your profit taking. For example, it would say something like that. Look at this one. On this one, I ended minus $117. You could have made $810 if you maximized your exits. So again, improve your profit taking, right? They give you these insights when you journal with them, right? Look at this one, for example. Low efficiency day. You placed 5 trades today, but walked away with $55. You made on average whatever. Usually it says usually you make more money. So consider the quality. You left money on the table again. So it gives you these insights for free. Not to mention you can just backtest on them. Again, there's nothing in here. I don't like the way this formed. What the hell is this? I don't like the way that formed. What do you use to frame your narrative? Yeah, it's honestly really cheap. It's not expensive at all. They have 25% off. I don't get a commission, but if you want to support me, use my referral link. Which I don't know if that gives me a commission or not. But they told me that they can't give me a code for 25% off. But they told me to tell you guys to use my referral code. So okay, so we're expanding. Rick, TradingView is goated, bro. TradingView is one of the best platforms out there to take trades on. It formed good, but the entry's here, and I don't like that personally. I'd have to wait for another protraction model now. Because for me to get in this trade, perfect trade, 2R, but I can't really manage it above the buy side here. If we get a protraction in here, though, I could accept. I could rate that. I want to see it move below 1030, right? I don't want that to be 1030 low. How do you identify a difference? It's the same thing. I have both ES and NQ open right now. For the people in long, GG, good trade. Yeah, if you held through this, nice. You know, and hypothetical stance, where was our original stop? Technically would have hit, but why am I a break-even trader? Why are you a break? How am I supposed to know why you're a break-even trader? You tell me why you're a break-even trader. I posted an analogy yesterday. Also, we may get a protraction model in here. We'll see. 1050 macro maybe will be our final hope. If I'm being honest. On a real note, to the person who said that, I have some pretty solid advice for you. I would say, if you want to take my advice, that's up to you. Um, if you're a break-even trader, you don't have to do as much as you probably think you need to do to not be break-even. You know, to be in profit. I was making this analogy on stream yesterday. If you're break-even and you're really struggling to just end in profit, and we'll just call it this inversion fair value gap if I want to make an annotation. You need to go back to your last. Say you took your last 50 trades. I took one break even toxic. Your last 50 trades. Look at your losses and look at your wins. If you can just take a couple of your losses, not all of them, just a couple of your losses, and would have ended up break even instead, that would help you be a lot more profitable. And if you go back to a couple of your wins and you study and you see how much more you could have held for just a little bit longer, maybe one more R, bro, that alone could give you like the difference between like a couple of payouts and no payouts, for example. We didn't really catch any trades, just the one break even here. I didn't want to see us inverse this, and we did. The original stop would have held, but doesn't really matter. Wouldn't have been comfortable holding that anyways. Can you repeat that? Go back to your wins and go back to your losses. On your losses, see how many of them one could have been avoided like easily. Don't use hindsight. Make it like super easy. Like, yeah, this trade was just awful, for example. Or maybe you had trades where you could have went break even, right? So go back. How many losses could have been avoided, either by avoiding the trade or going break even? That's two things. Okay, those two things alone will make you net profitable. Like, I'm not even joking. Go back if you're around break even. That alone will make you net profitable. On top of that, if you want to add another layer, go back to your wins and see how many of them could you have made more money on. If you can just identify those trades, not all of them, just sometimes one trade, two trades, doesn't have to be that many. You can be so much more profitable. I'm doing this what I do too. By the way, it's not like I'm giving you guys advice that I don't preach. Like, I'm trying to do the exact same thing as you guys. You're just maximizing your profitability. Profitability. Anyways, we may get a protraction model in here. That may be worth taking risk to reward wise. I don't know. It's a little bit early for a protraction. With the set ratio, I don't know. You take one trade. I took one trade today. It's a break even. I would have entered on this OB, but it took way too long to form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then it just forms out with the breakaway gap, which is expected, right? When you consolidate and leave and you're bullish, first fair value gap, you expect it to be breakaway. So I guess in hindsight, I could have entered here with a stop loss like here. I don't really think this is worth taking, if I'm being honest. I see the bearish fair value gap in there. I think we should be able to get through that problem. If it was 1050 macro, I'd be in a long right now, but it's not 1050 macro. I would love to see a lower low. That would be nice because if we get a lower low, then we can get a breaker and good risk to reward. Okay. I want to see a lower low. Sorry, I'm not in this trade. That was a taper. The inversion potentially with the order block, but it's a little bit out of time. So I think what I want to wait for is 1050 macro, and if we can get something like this, which may be a lot to ask for, that would be A plus in my books. Can you explain how DXY and YM correlate with NQ? Okay, YM, ES, and NQ should all be moving the same. Okay, dollar should be doing the opposite. So see how dollar is moving lower, right? Remember I said this 5-minute order block that I took the trade off of when I was taking a long on NASDAQ? The alert never got hit. That's what I wanted to see. Same thing here. The alert never got hit because I wanted to see it inverse and be bearish. Yeah, simply put, that's simply it right there. Not much more to it than that. Started trading around 3 months ago and got profitable demo for the past month. What should I go? When should I go for a funded account? Whenever you don't have to ask me is when you should do it. TradeZella tells you what you need to improve on for free when journaling. Okay, hold on. Let me recoup. TradeZella is not free. TradeZella is a monthly subscription, and I think with 25% off, it's like $30 a month. Okay. Now you can journal, you can backtest, and it'll give you insights all for free. It'll tell you what to improve on. The journaling is automatic. Like for me, I click one button and it just syncs my account and all my trades onto TradeZella, just like that, easily. I think 1050 macro could deliver the daily premium wick. Does it keep the coupon if I pay every month? I think so. I viewed standard deviate. I'm using this price leg here. You can also use this price leg here. I use Trade Copia. What's the US dollar chart on TradingView? DXY. Alpha Futures also has 25% off. If you want to use my code, Alpha Futures has 25% off. Yeah. I took one trade so far, break even, and I want to take another one long. But if we take out the buy side, then it's going to be wraps for me. Unless we got an A plus retraction towards daily premium Wixie. You think it's worth $300 for TradeZilla if you haven't passed any evals yet? Yeah, you want to get the year? How did you link? What's the code for Alpha Futures 25% off? If you want to support me, you can use my code. If NAS and EX take plus or mine doesn't, how do you interpret that? If I'm bullish, I would expect YM to go higher. But if I'm bearish, then I expect that divergence to hold. It's all about narrative. Message me on Discord, Sonu. I'll just show you. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna post a TikTok about it. I'll post a TikTok. How to sync your journal. At Apex, 80% is just for the first month, so be careful. Yes, make sure you pass in 1 month. I mean the same. If you're trading Apex, you gotta be passing in 1 month. It's only on the yearly. I think for trades, I don't see monthly at checkout. There is a monthly option. If there's no monthly discount, I have 20% off monthly with my default code. But if you want to, I don't know about 25%. I think it should be both. But if it's just yearly, I got you, Sonu. Then yeah, I guess that's what it is. But trust me, it is worth it. It is worth it. And if you want to support me, I would appreciate it if you use my referral link. Loki, every trader, yeah, everyone has an alpha code. I ain't even gonna lie. You just gotta support who you like, I guess. Gatie does trades allowed track the canceled orders. No, but I think it can. It's possible that it can, but I've never noticed. No, I don't sell anything. If we get that break to the upside, will you enter? No, first thing, I'm going to wait for 1050. And if I'm going to enter, I need to see this low get taken. Do I think it's going to get taken? No, it definitely doesn't have to. But it would be nice if I saw something like this. Because I would be able to trust that very easily. 1050 macro. Discord link's not working. You have to click open in browser. You have to click open in browser. So on TikTok, for some reason, when you click the Discord link, it doesn't send you directly. I don't know why. But if you click it and then you click open in browser in the top right, what's the best Alpha Futures account, standard or advanced? Advanced is the best, but I use standard because it's easier for me. How much do you make off your code? Which one? Alpha? Depends on the month. 150. The top step, you need 150 on top step, yeah. We took one trade so far and I'm break even. Um, yeah. Is there a consistency rule on the funded? On standard, yes. On advanced, no. Five-minute inverse, and I'll try to get a long. I don't think I want to answer, Flores. I'm gonna be honest. I think I'd rather keep it private. Looks like the buy side delivered there. Yeah. So I don't think we'll be able to catch. I would study daily premium wick CE. I definitely think we can get there on ES. And I definitely think NASDAQ can take out the buy side here. And it looks like we just got. If I ever start selling something, then I'll be more transparent about how much money I make. Like for now, but I'm under five figures. I'm low compared to most people. Like I can tell you that much, but I'm not. It definitely does help. It definitely does help me. Like in the middle. If you ever sell a course, can I get it for free? I would never sell a course because it's useless. Course is useless. I'm gonna be honest. I would never sell a course. If I ever made a course, it would be included in something. You want my course? Watch my YouTube live streams. That's the best way to learn if you want to learn from me. I want 1050 macro, but if it looks like we're gonna go straight to the premium wick, and that was my target for the day. The book is almost completed. I'm gonna release it this weekend. So if you want to read my trading book, um, you can have it. It's free. Which ICT concepts you have to focus on? Focus on liquidity and focus on the fair value gaps. If you can understand those, everything else will just kind of fall in place. Appreciate you, Ahmed. Alpha can be synchronized with trades the other am I sync. Okay, so it can be automatic, but it also can kind of be. You just have to click like 2, 3 buttons. On Alpha, if you just click, you have to download the CSV file and then just drag it in, and then it'll input all of them for you. So what now? No, it's gone. Now, now we go eat breakfast, bro. I don't know. I'm Arabic. I had ads. Can you repeat it? Did I publish it? The book rough draft is done. I haven't edited. I haven't edited it yet, but it's pretty much done. I'm gonna release my book this weekend. My updated book. It's gonna be more like it's for intermediate traders. It's not gonna be for a beginner. Like I'm not gonna explain what power of three is and what open, low, high, close is. I'll explain all the concepts I use from start to finish every single day, and that's it. You have to know the concepts already. There is some explanation. The book is not that long, maybe 20. Are you Arabic? Yeah. Are you Muslim? Yeah. Did you enter? I took one trade. I got break even, and now it's delivering higher. Didn't give me the setups I wanted. I talked about this order block, right? I wanted to see this one form. Simply just don't like the way that it formed, and I said I want to see this one form, right here. And I also simply don't like the way it formed. I don't want to enter off an order block that takes 8 minutes to form, and I don't want to enter off an order block in premium that takes 7 minutes to form. I don't like that. That's not a good trade for me. So I'm just going to say that we missed it. We positioned ourselves in a good position here, but I got stopped break even, and that's it. Simple stuff. I would just tape read. This kind of makes my session, I'll be honest. Now, if maybe you could argue buying this fair value gap, say you get something like this, nah, it's really not worth it. Though I'll be honest, you entered at 784. You entered on Nasdaq. Where do you TP? The buy side at 930. That's where I would close. Buy side at 1030. The buy side at 1030, mate. I'd expect this fair value gap to hold, if I'm being honest. 1050 macro. Boom, 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 boom. Did we take near game high? No, we set equal highs. On ES we did. On Nasdaq we didn't. So we might get a setup here. We might get a setup here. I mean, I'm still open. So 2 ways I can trade this. I can either buy now with a stop loss here, or I can wait for this to move higher and then put a stop loss at whatever low gets taken. I'm going to wait for that scenario. So if we get a candle like this, boop, I'll enter long. Stop loss like that. Although I kind of like it like this too. The second option is better risk to reward. So say this inversion fair value gap, for example. Wait for an SMT to get put in. It looks like we might get one. I'm gonna look at YM. YM's moving lower. Look at dollar. Dollar's moving higher, but it could just be a retracement. We'll see. I think his calls are gonna go has been absolutely validated. I'm honestly surprised we're getting this much of a sell-off right now, right when we set the equal highs. Such a manipulated market, man. Tough day for sure. Why? Yeah, it's just better risk. It's also more bullish. So, 2 reasons. Yeah, the SMT was already in place. Like it got placed at 1044, if that's what you mean. Why? Yes, yesterday, exact same reasons. ES was weaker yesterday, and it was better risk for me. So it's gonna be ES for a while, unless like Nasdaq's obviously the better asset to trade. So I want to see if we get an SMT here. It's 1050 macro. It's sweet spot. We've been pretty patient. The SMT is not there yet, by the way. Got edged by 2 points. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. It happens. ES is good, man. ES is good. I'm gonna be honest. I used to trade ES more, not more than Nasdaq, but I used to like execute it more than before. Um, Market decides to do this when I buy a prop firm account. Believe it or not, this happens very often. You know, the SMT is there now. So if we get a boom, one candle strong, I'm in that. Personally, I'm in that. ES took all the targets you had. ES was the more bullish asset. You know, it's definitely something that's very important to be backtesting, or at least not backtesting, but implementing. ES has been more bullish since the SMT here. For example, look at this. Okay, let's put something into perspective. Look at London low. This is London low on ES. Look how high ES is above London lows. Look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq's below London. Nasdaq's trading right here. Nasdaq's right here. Yes, it has more potential to go up, but in this case, so does ES. If we get nice follow through here, we can look for a long. Because of the SMT. Is there like a 5-minute gap in there? 10-minute? Nice. We trade down into a 10-minute fair value gap. I like that. There's no top on the 10-minute candle. 10-minute fair value gap plus SMT. If we get a strong candle here, potential inversion of the suspension block, I'll buy that. And that'll be my last trade. 1050 macro protraction, one of my favorite models. So if we get a fill here, 10 points, yeah. We'll start with 2 contracts on ES and go from there. If we get it, we'll see. If it go, yeah, I'll buy it if it closes above. Depends how it forms too. Like if it's gonna take 5 minutes, okay, that's not clean. I want to see it clean, like boom. You know, it can make a lower low, and we can take out this S&P. I don't really care about this S&P. Doesn't matter. In fact, at this point, because we did an inverse already, I probably want to see this. So I actually want to see this low get taken. It doesn't have to, but it would be ideal. Although we already traded into the 10 minutes, so it doesn't really make a difference. We'll see. This would be a de-risk trade on my live account. I don't have any fundeds open because I'm waiting for a payout. Also, what is this line that I drew? Into OB. Keep my annotations for later so I can journal easily. I don't have any fundeds open, but I do have my live account open, and I'm willing to take a de-risk trade. 1050 macro protraction. It's just one of my favorite models. Can literally never complain about 1050 macro protraction. Yeah, I could argue it's almost always A plus. It's assuming there's good narrative, you know, and there is, because it's equal highs and the daily premium wick. What's the indicator to mark the session price? I do that myself. These are my annotations for today. So I want to see a lower low. Like I want to see this SMT break and then expand, and I will take that 11 a.m. PO3 expansion. What's the YM chart? I'm using YMZ 2025. Also, I don't know what that blue line is, but we did not take it. So we still have equal highs. Dollar is moving higher though, so it's not ideal. Also, this SMT line needs to change colors because I literally can't see it. See that either. That works. No. White? White's good. Yeah, dollar is going up. That's the one thing I don't like. So we'll see if this setup forms, and if it does, and dollar should start going lower. It's not like a it doesn't kill the trade narrative for me, but it's definitely something you want to study. Like you don't want to be going. The best trades will be when they're aligning, right? It just if dollar is going up and you're looking for longs on Nasdaq, there's a good chance that you may be right in what's happening. It's just gonna happen later, though. You know, I really want to see a trade into this fair value gap here. See if we get there. Make this red. Okay, we get a strong OB here. I'm entering that. Strong candle. Closes above these. 1, 2, 3, 4 down close candles. So one strong engulfing candle. I'll buy that. 2 contracts. That's de-risked. Yeah, it's pretty good risk. I'll buy that order block. Alright. If we get above that high, I'm just going to buy it. Alright, I'm going to buy it there. I like this trade because the risk reward is really good. This will be my last trade of the day. Looking for 774. 744. The best case scenario. 2 contracts ES. I'm risking less than 1%. And I want to see this inverse suspension block. You can see the order block here, opening price. I want to see that be respected, obviously. I really like my stop on this trade. Like, this is a really good risk. Like, risk, not risk reward, like, what's it called? Like, low risk setup, you know? In 6 points, less than 1%. It's beautiful. That's what I love to see. There's a fair value gap in here. We can trade back into that. Now, ideally, we don't, but the order block's right there with the fair value gap. I'm going to give this 2 more ticks. So I'll move it to 719. 719. And obviously here you want like this is your main target, but I want to see it's -1, -1.5. 7425 best case scenario. Oh, fair value gap. I'm not going to mark it, but fair value gap right there. I want to see that offer support. If we get a large candle now that goes like this, that's when I'll move break even. I'm not going to add because I can't because we're going to be in premium if we get above that. So I can only add in here. So this is just a low risk trade and it's going to stay a low risk trade. And there's not going to be any pyramiding. Like maybe if I got a fill right there. Does that offer 10 points? Maybe if I get one on the OB, if it forms. I don't know. We'll see. But the idea is if we break above this high, move stop. If we break above here, I move stop right here. And I'll risk 1 point. What chart can I use on TradingView? About Trade of 8 doesn't allow trade. No, you can. You just have to enable it. So if you got Trade of 8, Alpha should have sent you an email with your information, right? So log into your TradeAvate account with Alpha Futures. Go to settings on TradeAvate, and then what's it called? Go to settings on TradeAvate, and once you're on your settings, click Enable Trading View. Once you enable Trading View, then you can come back, refresh your Trading View, and look for what's it called? You can look to trade on Trading View. It'll give you all the data. Activation fee on the standard. So the zero account doesn't have one. The standard does. It's $150. I want to see speed above this high, so I can move my stop here. Thinking about moving the stop to 72.25 here because of the SMT there. 720.25. So 5-point stop. It's really nice stuff. 5 points on yes. Just covering low of that fair value gap. Again, I'm not going to mark it, but so if this fair value gap can hold, you want to see it deliver above that high. Trading into the lower portion of it right now. Not seeing as much expansion in the 1050 macro that I would have hoped. I'm going to remove this and mark out this because this is what's focused here. So a little bit wicking outside the blue box. As long as the body stays inside or above, it's fine by me. Wouldn't want to see us revisit the low now. Now that we fully closed that in, I wouldn't want to see that. I don't want to see speed above this high, ideally. If we're bullish, I don't want to see us reach 50% of this wick. I'm going to move the stop to this low right here at 620. 720.5. Again, I'm not going to add on this trade. Trading to 50% of the wick. I don't want to see that not really be visited. So the fact that we even got there, that's pretty weak. But we'll see where the body goes. Failure to get above this high is pretty bearish. Seven, 4, 5, 2, 5. Looks like we're just going back into consolidation. You know, we saw the expansion and now just consolidating back in this range. Doesn't look like we'll make a higher high. With the trade there. So it was a good idea. It was a really good idea. I'm pretty content with that. It could do something like this. possible, but it's not something I'm willing to investigate. I'll wait 4 minutes, see what the end of the macro does, and then we'll wait. The body stopped right there, which is nice. Which is nice. Uh, so we'll see if it goes, but again, I'm not willing to re-enter. We'll see if we got wicked out, unfortunately. Possible. If we got speed above this high, I would assume a very easy run towards the buy side. Uh, yeah, -1 should be really easy. Once you put it close, put it exactly where it's supposed to be. Yeah, we got stopped. Bottom take that hoe. Y'all what does your performance have to do with anyone else, bro? TradingView add-on is active on TradingView for alpha, so you know why it's not real time. You just probably have to refresh it. Or, so is it letting you sign in to TradingView? You have to sign in with your TradingView. Suraya. There is an SMT right here. You're signed in. You're signed in, and it's still not real-time data. Are you sure? Can you send me a screenshot? Hey, Gaddy, I was busy at work. You take a trade. We took one break even, one loss. Only on the live account. It was only 0.5 risk though, 0.5%. Why didn't you put it under? Because if we're gonna trade this far down, it's a low quality trade. It was here originally, then I moved it here. I didn't want to see this low get. The fact that we closed through that low. So yeah, like it could have been here, but that's all hindsight stuff in my opinion. I think it was a good decision to move it there. Did you know we are trading inside of the first position the first October, November? First October? No, I didn't know that. 14 on the day, lock myself. Nice, brother. My name's Amir, not Ali, bro. But you can't join Discord. You have. Why can't you join Discord? You should be able to click the link. If you just click the link, I think you should be able to join. Waiting 50. Waiting OB 15 minutes to go down. I mean, I'm still bullish personally, but it's gonna be hard to time this move. Thank you, sent you a screenshot. You might want to take that guy's advice. The guy who said you may just have to message them. They reply really quickly, so you could just message them saying, "Hey, I signed in, but I don't have real time data." They'll probably fix it for you in like 2-3 minutes. Why don't you go to micros, bro? After the break, I am on micros. So remember, when I trade, I'm trading on my second monitor / my phone. I'm not trading. My live brokerage account is not signed in here because I can't trade mini. I don't trade minis on my personal account. I trade micros. How do you change time frame? Just type it in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Wait a minute. Why can't I see the old new week opening gaps? On the 5 minute, I can see this one. I think in the top of that. Interesting. What trade copier? Bro, you've asked me 4 times, and every single time I told you I use trade copia. TradeCopia. I have 2 monitors only. Okay, thank you. Got you, brother. I'm in a short right now. Good luck, man. Yeah, I can show it. Looks exactly like this. It's pretty good. Which broker gives free real-time data? All of them, bro. Yeah, it's a great idea. Are you Lebanese? No. Ooh. This inversion fair value gap, if that formed, could deliver the highs. Still in the long from 1007. 1007. Look at you. Oh, you got this one with me? Good for you, man. You're holding this, huh? You trading PM? Not today. Oh, oh, no, you good, bro. Can you explain breaker? High, low, higher high, lower low. Let's do the bearish breaker first. This formation is a breaker block. Why? Because the structures was higher high, so meaning we're trending, higher high, trending, but then we make a lower low instead of a higher low. So instead of doing this, we break. The breaker block is this candle that's right here. That's all it is. Are you planning to get? No, I'm just gonna sit here and watch it. Unfortunately, it's kind of low probability now. I think it could stay sideways. I do want to see if it delivers because I want to complete my journal. Um, so I don't want to like leave and then come back and then journal. I'd rather just if it can just go now, I can just complete my journal. Notice the volume imbalance in here. If we can get above that, I'd be bullish, but it also could hold price at bay. I have a 50K max. I have a 50K Tradevate Apex account. What is the max daily profit? There is no max daily profit. What strategy do you use? But you want to be consistent. So like whatever you make sure you can make around the same amount. No, I'm not gonna trade again today. I'm just gonna take the 0.5% risk. This week is already like or iffy week. So why is ES candles bull? Just more volatile right now. Apex $10 PA fees? $10? No, that's not true. Really? I think it's $40. Hey, Gaty, just passed that 50K funded next. Can you explain payout rules? I think all you need is 40%. Apex has $10 activation fees? Nah, that can't be real, bro. On the 100K static. On 100K accounts? Holy shit, guys. Well, use code Gaty. That's actually crazy. But it's only on the 100K accounts. So you can get the account for, it's all in $70. It's for full, it's full, or no, it's any 100K account. 100K account with Apex, it's $60 if you use 80% off code and $10 lifetime activation fee. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. What days are best? Isn't that something you should find out before you get the funded account? Mhm. You with Rogers? Yeah. Good choice to move south. I would have been stopped either way. It's just chopping you. Yeah, it's just went to consolidation, unfortunately. I want to see continuation higher. I still think it will go higher. It's hard to say when now, you know. Um, it was a good trade. A good trade. Very low risk. Very content. We just gotta keep taking trades like that one with funded account fee. Come on, I'm not sure what you mean. When my maximum loss limit gets to 50K, does it stay there in Alpha Future Standard account? If you make $2,000, yes, it stays there. Who has $60 100K in 10? That's Apex. Be patient and wait for macro. The macro just finished, so I think it might be cooked now. I do want to stay here and just watch my journal, but see. Can you break down the trades? Sure. Let's. Okay, I can break it down. The first trade. So I was looking for longs today. I have a daily target. We took out sell side and then we broke higher. So I'm looking for a long. That's why I was bearish. Also, dollar was bearish. Also, dollar's bearish right now, so we may actually move higher here. I would tape read something like this potentially. So that's why I was looking for longs. The longs that I took, very simple. So the first trade, you have this huge suspension block. When we got above 50%, we also had an inversion on the NASDAQ right here. Small fair value gap. I bought at the bottom of this candle right here. My stop loss was here. And then I trailed it to break even because I wanted to see speed above this high. We didn't get that. I got hit break even. This trade would have played out. So in hindsight, could have had better stop loss placement, but I'm happy with the break even. Looking for a continuation now. Patiently waited for 1050 macro. We take out the low. We have an SMT here. Bullish fair value gap. SMT 10-minute fair value gap. We got a strong candle. I'm buying that displacement, expecting this to be a breakaway. I was wrong. My stop loss was here, and then I trailed it, and it got stopped out here. This was a half risk trade, and the reason this risk was half trade is because we already took out the highs. So I don't know if we're going to reach this daily target. That's the best case scenario. But because the trade was such good risk to reward, like when I took that long, my entry was like somewhere here. So it was like 3R plus. So I'm risking half for 3R. It's such a good trade. So it was worth taking for me, you know? The daily target is the daily premium wick at 7445. Trade sync or trade copy or why? So if your goal is to trade under 10 accounts, I would use Trade Syncer. But I'm gonna be honest, Trade Copia is really good because you can put a lot. You can put like literally infinite accounts under one main copier. You know, so you can put them all under one. And Trade Syncer, I think you have to divide them 10 and 10 or something like that. It's a little bit weird. A little bit weirder. Little bit weirder. So we'll just watch this. Bearish fair value gap with the high right there. No, I'm not in this trade. Out the short, 0.5% loss. Yeah, I'm great. Great risk management, you know? How does drawdown work on alpha accounts? The drawdown trails like any other firm. The benefit to alpha futures is once you request a payout, whatever your drawdown was before, it stays there. So if you were at, you know, maximum loss limit is 49,000, it's going to stay there. It's not going to get bumped up. They're never going to move your drawdown up unless you make profits. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. Nope, not in this trade. Mind saying the time you got the... I didn't get an email. I just looked at their Discord. How do you journal these trades? I'm going to wait for this to play out, if it does, and then I'm going to journal. So I'm waiting to see what happens. So I can journal. I'm just waiting. I'm trading to buy a Happy Meal. That was cute, man. I'll buy you a Happy Meal. You want a Happy Meal, bro? Where do you live? Mind saying the time. Yeah, I didn't get an email. Cancer PA. I wouldn't say cancer, but definitely a little bit of, you know, virus or something. Definitely a little bit of a virus. It's pretty bad. Like the direction was clear. It was sloppy, like, you know, at the point of interest, like it just kept consolidating in these times, but that happens, you know. It's just manage. You have to manage the trade. You have to be good at managing your trades. That's all it was. Apex is a Discord, yeah, but they only post like promotions and stuff. They don't talk. There's no like talking in it. I already said that. Yeah, I realized I read that twice. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. I would study the Nasdaq buy side here at 24879. Do a Kahoo about trading one day. Trading what? 6744. I want to see if 6744 gets met. Oh, here we go again, bro. Yep. NQ took the buy side there. Um, Listen, guys, this weekend I'm gonna give away like $100 cash or maybe more if you want to join the free Discord and be a part of that. Or we're gonna do some sort of tournament giveaway or something. It'd be cool. It'll be cool. Why no PM session? I want to trade less this week. You know, that's why. How long did it take for you to be profitable? Hard to answer that question. I don't know. Depends what you mean by profitable. Poker tournament. We're not gonna do poker. I think we're gonna do I think we're gonna do what's it called? A chart champs tournament. Make more than you spent. Ever since day one, I made more. I guess after 3 months, if you want to go based off that. Ever since my first payout, made back my first losses, I've been in net profit. But I also just was smart about my spending, when it came to evals and stuff. Like I've always been a slow and go kind of guy. I don't go for max payouts. I don't think that's a smart thing to do unless you have a lot of money coming in secondary. Like if you're making like 100K from a Discord, okay, it makes sense. Start spamming the accounts, buy them, and go for it. But if you don't have it, it's pretty hard to do that. Clash Royale tournament? Clash Royale tournament? That's funny. Sorry, bro, but that's not. You don't have to believe, bro. It's not for you to believe. It doesn't matter to me. Giveaways are rigged. I'm full-time watchers since the beginning of the year. They're. I'm not surprised. How to connect account on TradeZella. So when you click Add Trade on TradeZella, and I'm gonna post a video about this. When you click Add Trade, it'll ask you which broker. Select your broker and then sign in. If you're using Alpha Futures, they're still working on that one. You can still do it automatically. You just have to download your trades. That's it. Just click one button, click download CSV file. You just drag in the folder. You don't have to do anything. It'll automatically input everything, the date, the commissions, the profit, the loss, the risk reward, all that stuff. What highs are we targeting? Well, NASDAQ took the highs. Now I'm just staying here. I want to stay here so I can finish my journal. I want to see what happens. Have to download trades from TopStep. On TopStep, you can sync it automatically, so you don't have to download your trades. So go to TradeZella, click Add Trade, click TopStep, sign in, and then every day it'll automatically sync your trades. Pretty cool. There's an SMT here, by the way. So if this fizzled out, we'll call it a stream, and then I'll just submit the journal like this. All your books are Legion. You will be a millionaire. Your time is coming. I'm confident I will be, yeah. S&T plus IFEG. Yep, that is true information. I had 2 rare plus 2 common plus 1 book of books. Can you explain to me how to mark quadrants if it is from top to bottom or other way around? Well, it doesn't really matter. Um, it literally doesn't matter, right? As long as you know the levels, it's divided by 4. You know, the 50% is always going to be 50%, and the top or bottom doesn't really matter. You know, it's going to be the same value. It's going to be a quadrant level. You know, as long as you know which one is a high and low. Like for example, if you have a fair value gap, a bullish fair value gap, this is the top of it. As long as you know, it doesn't matter if you put 100% or 0%, right? Like if you do this, it doesn't matter if it's going to be 50 is going to be the same. The first quadrant level same, second quadrant level also the same. So it doesn't really matter, you know. I like to put the 0 on the top, you know. So if it's a bullish fair value gap, 0 goes on the top. That's how I like to do it, but it's all the same. Appreciate you, Mo. Favorite ICT video? It's impossible. He has a 4-hour lecture on order block theory. That one was pretty good. A lot of crash outs, and it was fun, and it was insightful too. Small volume imbalance in here. I'm hoping this plays out relatively quickly. I don't know what the hell I just said. Someone's definitely laughing. I hope this plays out relatively quickly because I want to I'll go about my day. I like to just finish my journal. When we left us, he's playing Clash Royale now. Oh, days. Can't believe is this true? Trade Evade or I would use Trade Evade, bro. 100%. Lost my funds today off some of this price action. It's 2025. The end of the year 2025. And we're still blaming price action. Still to this day, how long are you going to blame the price action for? Are you going to be 3 years in and be like, fuck, no money today. Price action was shit. Come on, man. It's time to take some accountability. There's got to be a point in time where you're just like, you know what? It's not the price action. You took shorts. Well, you were offside today then, you know? If you took longs, you got chopped out. It's fine. What would you expect, Tony? This isn't even the word. Like, this is manageable price action, in my opinion. Like, listen, there are days where, see this? I'm not joking. I don't know if you guys have backtested thoroughly. There are days that literally do this for 3 hours straight after 9:30 open. Like, that's bad price action. That's, like, not tradable. This is tradable. A lot of people probably made money today trading the same concepts as you. You know, I could have made money today if I had better stop loss placement, but I'm happy with how I traded, so I'm not going to overthink it. How would you know to take shorts? You got to be bearish coming in. You have to know what to look for going into the day. You know, as simple as that. When you know what you look for, how do I personally do it? Is that what you mean, or in general? I got a payout with one of Gaddy free accounts. I think it's one of them. I have a few. Nice, bro. You got shorts from first presentation. Nice, bro. Top new payout rule. I did see it. It's not as bad as it seems. In general, well, usually you're going to have some sort of objective, right? If you come to the day, you have like, for example, today, I had one main objective for today. Was this buy side was the main objective, but my daily objective, that was this level right here, the daily premium wick. So I wanted to see if I can align with that objective, you know? That's all. You reckon it's going to rally a bit more? I think so. Personally, I think so. Can you explain it with the example? If you make let's say you make $3,000 on Top Step, right? Sorry, let's say you make 5,000, just to make it simple. You made 5K on Top Step, you request 2.5. You have to be at 2.5 or above to request another payout, right? So whatever you request, you have to be at that number again. So The only time it's gonna affect you is if you make a lot of money on Top Step and then you lose. Say you make 10K on Top Step, and by the way, I actually like this rule because a lot of people just take advantage of CPI. This is forever, yeah. After the first payout, obviously, it's not bad. It forces you to. It's like a soft daily loss limit, kind of. Like it's like a daily loss limit, but yeah, you have to be consistent. That's all it is. For those people who like full port news or over leverage on Top Step because no consistency rule, and you make a lot of money, and then if you lose a lot of money, you're kind of cooked because you have to make a lot of money now to be eligible. You can't just, for example, it's gonna punish the people who just like try to make 5K in one trade and then just flip $200 days. You know, I can send you the link, Sonu. Can you message me a message on Discord? Sonu, are you Yadin on? No. Sonu, what's your Discord again, bro? I'm sorry. I get a lot of messages, bro. I honestly forgot. Just took that trade right now and hopped off the charts. W day. Nice, bro. Yeah, if I was in this trade, which I'm not, by the way, I'd move my stop right here. Oh, you're just Sonu? Oh, I'm tripping. Caught long at Tinker. Nice, bro. Nice. Good long. Very good long at 10:08. Yeah, I like that. Everyone misses the point off. Everyone misses the point of if you're profitable and have good risk management, you'll see payouts. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be all risk management, especially for prop firms. But you know what's annoying me? Everyone's complaining about the rule. It really makes a difference to them. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like let's be honest. We all saw the Top Step statistics. Come on. How would you manage or create a strategy? Well, what I did was I learned ICT's teachings. I learned how to read price, understand why the market moves, where it moves, when it moves, how I can anticipate it to move, all that stuff. Um, Once you can understand that, if you want to trade ICTs, although if you want to trade something else, it's fine. You want to trade support and resistance, that's fine. As long as you have a way to read the markets, like if I'm staring at this, you need to kind of be able to read what's going on. Like it's not just going up or down. That's not enough. You have to have some sort of level to it, some sort of layers where you can say like, okay, price came down here, touched this inversion fair value gap. Now it's expanding, volume imbalance, getting above this high. I want to see speed. This wick should act as like you see how I'm reading these little things. You have to have a way to do that. Whether you want to say something as simple as we rejected off this, I don't know, supply zone. Sure, you can say that. I'm not going to tell you you can't. However, you got to develop that system first. Once you have that, that's when you go back into data, TradeZella, for example, and you just take screenshots or just go study. Like you don't have to trade. Backtesting doesn't mean you have to go push the button. You can just go skip to your window. What I used to do is I used to skip to 11:30 because I wanted to trade 9:30 to 11:30. Okay, that's my window. So I would skip to 11:30 and I would say, where do I see myself taking a trade? Like where would I want to enter? What's clear? What's jumping out to you? For me, then now I know what I'm looking for. What setups jump out to me? It's this order block right here, right? And it's also this order block with this inversion. It's also this 50% being reached. I also see that like those are what's standing out to me. You know, you got to figure out what's standing out for you, and that's the idea. Yeah, that's how I start. That's how I made my GEMS PO3 model. Now, obviously, I had ICT's 2022 model as what's it called? As like a basis foundation. So I knew that much, but I didn't want to trade 2022 because I didn't like always buying into a fair value gap. That's what it was. I didn't like always buying into a fair value gap. But I'll be honest, ICT's 2022 model is really good, bro. It's really good. Don't believe this guy. The market can do whatever it wants. When did I say anything that contradicts that? I trade the power of three, yeah. Do some time zones usually have a repetitive, lucrative pattern? Some time zones. You mean like the sessions? Yeah, they do. There's definitely characteristics for each session. For example, something as simple as if Asia session accumulates, you can expect London session to run up like opposingly, like to take out one of the Asia session high or low, right? If London session moves lower and breaks higher, you can expect New York session to continue. There's no like one pattern fits all for the session. Like every day you can look for this repeating pattern for New York session. Silver bullet, maybe. That's like almost every single day if you want to trade that model. That one pretty much repeats every single day, but you still have to figure out which direction to take it. I talked about silver bullet today. It was at where was that 3 minute gap? This one right here to offer the silver bullet entry. That one did. Silver bullet's a really good model. Silver bullet is literally every day, either AM session or PM session, one or the other. It's gonna give it to you. It's really nice. Today was Aspro. I just lost 140 bucks. That's okay. Were you supposed to lose that, or were you supposed to lose less? Like, is that a lot for you? What are your thoughts on funding ticks? I haven't even read anything about them, to be honest. And this is kind of taking a long time, so I think we may call it here. I'll probably just leave it open because I still want to finish the journal. Um, it's pretty good price action. A lot of people hating on this, but I think it's pretty decent price action. I'll just extend this and we'll see if it delivers my objective. This is my study right now. I mean, let me remove this. I'm always gonna make, yeah, today I'm gonna have a study for sure. Um, couldn't get more precise than that. I won't be trading my live account, but I'll have some evals just for you guys. My live account's done. I'm gonna end the week plus 1%, and I'll take it because we made 1.5% yesterday, minus 0.5% today. But I don't know why all my trades were all this last month. I'm about to lose my PA account. You don't know why they were all losses? Well, that's the first thing you gotta do. You gotta go figure out why they were losses. Were they bad trades? Were they good trades? Did the model just fail? Were your entries bad? Was your stop loss bad? Were you on the wrong side? Were you FOMOing? Were they emotion or logic based trades? You gotta go ask yourself these questions before anything. Before anything, my brother. Why is your risk so low? I risk 1% per trade. Today I risked 0.5. Um, on the first trade I risked 1%, but on this trade I risked 0.5 because it was a really high risk to reward trade and it was already deep in premium. The reason I de-risked on this trade was because we already took out the highs. Look, if I'm going to take a trade to my final best case scenario target, I want to be cautious. The only reason I'm executing this trade at 1050 macro is because it's 3R, so really good risk potential, and it's for my like best case scenario target. Like it doesn't have to reach this level. The buy side is low hanging fruit, easy objective, but I missed that. So if I'm gonna take a continuation, expecting another run higher, I want to be a little bit more cautious. Also, this week in general is pretty red flag, right? Like I talked about that on live stream Monday and the week before as well. It's kind of a red flag week. Like we have 2 bank holidays. We had a large expansion last week. How much would you risk on eval? 500. PA was yeah. Yeah. There's not much more I want to. Like we'll take the highs there. Okay. Journal's gonna finish shortly. There's the buy side. Can we spike up and tag that daily premium wick? Thursday and Friday were half days. Yeah, they're early closes. Early closes. I think it's 1 p.m. What do you journal? What do you mean? What do I journal? Journal? I don't understand that question. Anyways, fair value gap there. I like that. Yeah, there's not much more I want to label here, so we'll leave it at this. 11:30. There isn't really anything clear besides this. I like this. Oops. don't think I've run it on that. I think I run it on this because low, high, yeah. That's your breaker. Not that clean. Or an annotation. This is clean. So we'll see if that delivers. Looks like it will. Very nicely. You can see the volume imbalance in there delivered as well. So this will be my journal for the day. If we could just get there right now so I can take the screenshot, it'd be great. Make some annotations. Do this swing. Yeah, not much to 50 macro protraction. And unfortunately, this is a 1050 macro protraction, but it is very sloppy. There isn't really anything too looks like we're going to deliver right there. Label that. Daily target hit. I'm going to just qualify that as hit. If this next candle can just do it. 11:30. So there's the last range. Where's 10 a.m. open? That's what I want to label as well. Actually, where's 10:30? No, it's not clean. 11? None of them are relevant. Okay, there it is. There's our daily target. So nice to see that it delivered. Nice to see that it delivered. First presentation in there was used actually pretty nicely as well. I think I'll label that. It's ugly. Oh, that's what I waited for all this time. Just wanted to see that. So now, same thing as always. That's your first. That's a correct first presentation, right? NQ has the same one. At 9:40. Yeah, cool. Volume and balance in there. Nice, very nice delivery. No complaints. You can see first presentation being used like a monster in there. 50% of that wick hits perfectly. Deliver the target. Already a reaction. Now we just download this. And I'll share that with the Discord. I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. I will see you guys live every single day this week. Yep, see you guys live every day this week. That's it. 25% off TradeZella. You can use my link. 25% off Alpha Futures. And there's a nice Apex code as well. This weekend, I'm going to do a cash giveaway in the Discord for free. If you want to be a part of that, well, join the free Discord. I won't be looking at the charts the rest of the day. You trade during Thursday and Friday. Not on my personal account. Even tomorrow, I won't be trading my live account. I will be live. I'll have some evals for you guys ready. So I'll trade, but nothing on... My funds are waiting for a payout, so I'm not going to be trading that until December, actually. Because I think the payout date's the 28th, the end of the week. And I don't want to trade Thursday, Friday on them anyways. So it'll be December for the funded and the live account. Until then, some evals. Thursday is Thursday's a bank holiday, so. Well, Thursday, I really doubt I'm going to take a trade. It's a bank holiday, but I'll be live. If I see something, I'll take it on eval. We can full port an eval together or something. You think it's a good idea to go long? No, I think it's gone now. Do you see us going to the 4-hour highs? Possible, but I like this. And we haven't really seen a run on sell side in a while, so I'd expect lunch to maybe offer something lower. Or be ready for it. Not maybe doesn't do it, but you got to be prepared for lunch to do something like that. Anyways, appreciate you guys coming through, and I'll see you guys live tomorrow. Peace.